Hello, Goddess. Welcome back. This is Andrea with You, our Mind, Body, Soul. And in this space, I guide goddesses to bridge the mind, body, and soul through psychosomatic education, consciousness reconditioning, as well as alchemy and energetics. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, Goddess. I hope that you are feeling fabulous. Today, we are going to talk about some real goddess energy stuff, the balance between having that strong will and focus, that vigor for life, your masculine side, as well as balancing your feminine energy, the juicy, inspirational energy that fills you up and gives you that creative vision, how to marry those and elevate those into divine union as a goddess so that we can begin to create the reality of our dreams because you are worthy of that. So before I go ahead and get started, please remember to grab yourself something to drink. Hydrate those vocal cords. Let's fill it up. Please remember to like this video so that the algorithm can do its magical, mysterious thing. Please remember to share the video so that goddesses such as yourself can receive this high vibrational content. And please remember to subscribe so that you get updated when I drop these dope videos every Monday. So let's get started. Let's talk about mastering your masculine energy and how to stop working hard. Like working hard is so out of style. Who is doing that anymore? We have so much education now where we know that it's a lie. We have been sold a complete lie about if you work hard, you get everything that you need. No, human consciousness is developing and it is evolving to a state where we understand that there are more ways than one to go about things. And we are reclaiming our feminine birthrights to flow and to be catalysts for the things that are created in this physical reality. So let's start with the statement work hard. So when you are working hard, it implies there is an intensity about it. It feels like icky. It feels like gritty to me. It feels exhausting and in my body just saying I work hard. There feels for me when I feel into the statement work hard like a vibration of victimhood, like it just doesn't feel juicy. And I found that the juicier that I can make my vibration and the juicier I can make my energy, the more I'm able to magnetically attract that which I desire just naturally and passively. And that is what feminine energy does. Masculine energy works hard. Masculine men, if you notice, they love working hard, even though they may like complain or make statements about it. There's something inside of the masculine physiology and masculine psychology that really loves a challenge. Women, our challenge comes from different places. It comes from a place that is divinely and creatively inspired. So I know for me personally, when I am creating something that has a deadline, I have to feel really divinely inspired to go about this process. And that is what fuels my energy. It's not just the bottom line and trying to prove something. And I need to do a video on human design for generators because I am a generator on human design, which means that I can be perceived as having endless amounts of energy. Let me go ahead and put this on here because the tribe, we need to start talking about this year. Human design is a big deal, but I don't want to digress. So I feel like when I meet a woman that is on a paradigm of needing to work hard and needing to prove something, that there's a wounding there. There's a wounding there of lack of worthiness for your existence, your feminine essence, and just showing up in your authentic self, grounded and stable in who you are. I feel like there is a wound there about poverty and the potential of not having enough So when we have this imbalance of external, vigorous, like go energy, masculine energy, understand that it is sourced and it is rooted in something deeper than just a sense of passionate accomplishment. So I want you to start to think about where can you draw the differences and identify in your own life, and this would be an excellent journaling exercise. Where can you draw a separation and identify the times and the experiences that you have put in energy into from a place of feeling like you need to prove something, prove your worth, or from a place where you feel fear about not having enough? You can pause the video or journal it out later. This is an excellent mindfulness practice so that we can become aware of the source of where these toxic cycles are being perpetuated from. And then in another section, I want you to put, how does it feel to be divinely motivated and inspired to work on a project that just fills you up? So whenever you put energy into that thing that you're trying to create, you just get filled up in return. You feel like there is an exchange there. And so you want to keep showing up for that thing, that juicy thing that you just love. Because this is the difference between being divinely inspired and then being just inspired from a place of trauma. So when we are working hard and we're in hyperdrive and we're not stopping to take the time for mindfulness and to appreciate our bodies and to appreciate our feminine needs, we're being way too masculine forward with our energy and what that requires in life. And of course, there is a time and there is a place for masculine energy, which we're going to talk about before the end of this video. But we always want to have a default state, especially when you're in your home realm, when you are in your temple, in your house. You want to be able to create a space of peace and balance and juiciness and joy and fun when you are in your home womb space. So finding that separation from work and the outside world when it comes to your inner temple. Okay. So the problem with forcing life and feeling like you have to really penetrate life and be intense and work hard is that it wears out your nervous system. We talk about this. We've been talking about this all in the month of March in Feminine Women Live Longer, how to create your own happiness. We've talked about this and what happens to the adrenal system, what happens to the nervous system. You get worn out, washed out, you age before your age faster than you're supposed to. There are so many people that tell me on a daily basis how young I look and how clean, how clear my skin looks. Even without the foundation, my skin looks clear. And it's because I honor and I respect and I am a warrior. I put my masculine energy to work. We're going to talk about how to put your masculine energy to work. I put my masculine energy to work for my inner goddess. That is what my masculine energy is here to do. It is to work for my inner goddess so that I can continue to have this juicy, joyful lifestyle that I love and find so much inspiration from. Okay. So this is also important because we are all batteries, and depending on how you're directing your energy, whether it be into your masculine or into your feminine energy, you're going to drain out that battery if you're not sending things through the proper energy channels. You can be drawing energy from your adrenal system. You can be drawing energy from your endocrine system when what you really should be doing is resting and waiting for that divine inspiration. Right? So, for example, if you're just every day waking up and you're thinking about this goal that you had 7 years ago, but you haven't actually sat down and created a clear plan for that thing, that pie in the sky hope that you have, not to smash on hopes and dreams, but does your hope and does your desire have an actual action plan, or have you been an autopilot for years thinking that it's going to fall down out of the sky without you being clear and concise about how to get there and how to get to that goal? That's what masculine energy is for. Masculine energy is not for running in autopilot in these cycles that are draining us, but not helping us to reach our bottom line. Feminine energy is all about flow and alignment. So when we're in our feminine energy, we have that psychosomatic awareness, the emotional control. We've emotionally coded ourselves to be balanced and to be rest so that we can then have open awareness flooding through our bodies and flooding through all of our channels to inform us as to where we want to then send our masculine energy out and work. And all this information I'm putting inside of the academy so that we can get these divine secrets, these mystery secrets to hacking life and leveling up. Okay. So, how do we put our masculine energy to work for the feminine energy versus just moving and operating from the ego, which tells us that if I stop working, I'm not going to have enough money because there's this poverty consciousness that's happening where every time I stop working, I go broke, something happens, and then I fall into this spiral. Okay. We want to stop this process and bring awareness to this process. And I'm going to offer some more tools here in the near future with my upcoming course. This is a sneak peek, kind of have something brewing. There's another course brewing that I'm going to share with you all soon. It's coming very soon, y'all. All right. So it's important for us to be able to make decisions, and it's going to be impossible to make a clear decision if you're not energetically clear and you don't have that communication with your feminine energy, because the feminine energy is the womb, that is the juiciness, that is the emotional energy. And if the water is muddy, your emotional waters are muddy, you're going to be making muddy decisions. So it all starts with the feminine, and it all starts from this emotional space and the emotional healing versus the logical ego mind that runs off of old paradigms of survival. So, how can we put our masculine energy to work for us? First step that we have is decide how much time you have to commit to a pursuit. So, what I'll do is I'll use like my course building process. Whenever I want to build a course, I know that I have to schedule film time in order to get the content out in light of everything else that I have on my schedule. So, I have to decide how much time am I going to commit to the process. There's the actual process of filming, and then there's the actual process of creating the content for the film, which is why I always have my journal here, which is not going away. Me holding, and I just want to say for the record, like me coming onto these videos and having my journal with my notes on it, this is my authentic process. And I know that a lot of YouTube channels, you have people that create this curated content and they are editing the hell out of these videos and they're fancy. Listen, we don't have time for that. My masculine energy, I put my masculine energy to work to make this outline. I'm very proud of my masculine energy. My masculine energy and my masculine skill capabilities are something that I am totally proud of. Like my masculine energy has made my life pop off, and I have mastered that. And that energy is strong and it is vibrant. And so when I come onto these videos, whether it's a 20-minute video or whether it's an hour and 20-minute video, because I have created a container and because I have structured and formatted what I want to talk about, I can come in here and really be in my feminine, juicy, excited, verbal flow because I feel secure in my notes. So this is a part of my authentic process. I just wanted to say that because I was talking to a friend the other day and they were like, you shouldn't look down at your notes on the videos because you're taking your eyes off the camera. And I'm like, yo, this is authentic to me. Like my goddess loves to have notes. It excites me. It really excites the left side of my brain. And it also just makes my Virgo rising so happy. So I just went on a whole tangent, but I just wanted to share that. Feel free to comment below if you're feeling the message. If you have any comments about, your masculine energy, your feminine energy, your desires, your drive, and, if you're vibrating with this message. So Step one is deciding how much time you have to commit to something. So, as I was saying, it takes time to write these notes, and then it takes time to actually sit down and film. I've chosen to not put my masculine energy into film editing. So, I don't edit these videos. I hop on here, I get free flow. That was a part of that time commitment decision that my inner goddess created for me so that my masculine energy can get straight to the point and I can get this content out to y'all. My goddess energy is like, we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to do video editing, not right now. Like, that's a whole nother learning curve. That's just not worth my energy right now. And it takes away from the fun of like messing up every now and then, or laughing or kicking the camera. Like, it's just so much fun when it's free flowing and it's authentic. Okay. So I've decided. So make your decision. How much time do you have for these things? Are you clear about what the process is so that you can inform your masculine energy on exactly what it is it needs to focus on? Okay. Step two I have is create a container, which means that you have a timeline and you have a specific goal, a specific outcome that you're seeking to see by the end of that timeline. And you got to be realistic about it based on how you're going to break down your time commitment on a weekly basis. And for me, I tend to like to time things with the season or the start of a month, or if I know there's a retrograde coming up, I like to make sure that things are done before retrograde comes up because I always rest during Mercury retrograde. I ease back on the amount of work that I have to do for myself, especially this technological stuff. And there's a video on how to ease into your feminine energy with Mercury retrograde. You can check that out. I'll put it, I'll link it below. Let me put that on here. Let me make that note. Because that's how I life hack and how I really am able to get things done without burning out is using Mercury retrograde. Okay, so the next thing I have is set boundaries on distractions. If you are focused and you know you need to get something done, you really have to have the ability to set boundaries on the things that are taking you away from your focus. Everybody that has been following these videos this year, the whole tribe that's been here knows that I've had this big separation from Instagram this year. Like, I just haven't been posting, although I'm starting to post some poll stuff now. I'm into a new studio, having fun and flowing, diving into my inner practice, which I feel like, whew, that's going to be an emotional video, but I feel like I should talk about that on one of these videos. Just kind of like where my pole journey is. I'm not ready to have that conversation. It's been a really emotional process, y'all, and I'm just so grateful. I just want to take a moment out to say how grateful I am that I get to share this authentic space with you, because life is just evolving and it is flowering at rates and ways in which I couldn't imagine. And I'm just so grateful that I allow myself to flow. And I'm grateful that I get to share this journey with you. So there may be an authentic, open, vulnerable video coming about that, but I'm going to allow myself more space, grace, and movement along the lines of dance and what I'm doing with my body before I begin to share that. Also, can you comment below if you would like to see some videos of me dancing here on YouTube? I know that this is not what this channel is about, but I'm just curious. Let me know. Okay, so let's keep it moving. So the next step is to create a ritual. So after you've gotten rid of the distractions that were occurring, you want to create a ritual for yourself so that you're grounding into a cadence and a pattern. I'm a drummer, so in my past lifetime, I played the floor set of drums. And as a drummer, you know that you are holding down the cadence and you are holding down the foundation that the entire song is built on. So you want to do what is called sitting in the pocket, which means consistently laying down that drum pattern so that all the other instruments flow around that pattern that you are creating. So, our morning and our evening rituals and the mindfulness practices that we have are going to set the pace for those things. There should always be something that you do each and every day that centers you and creates a checkpoint. So I recommend that a morning ritual involves something that is going to lift up your vibration. And I recommend that an evening ritual involves you either reviewing and recapping what you experienced for the day and or releasing that which you have experienced from your day and let it fall off of you, because you all know that I'm very into oneironautics, which is lucid dreaming and just the dream world technology, the subconscious mind. So when we go into those sleep realms, we are having an entire experience, a different experience in life in the sleep realm. It's like, just because the sun sets on this side of the world doesn't mean that the sun is not sunning on the other side of the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you go to sleep, your consciousness just shifts into a different gear. It rests, and then your subconscious really takes effect in the stories that you are creating by processing your waking reality. They get translated in your dream realm, and it gives you more insight into your personal development and your experience, and it adds texture to the experience that you're having. So if at the end of the day, you can, if you need to do a recap on your experiences and then release some things, is super helpful before you go to sleep to continue to set the vibration that you exist in every day when you wake up for life. And I'm sure that's probably somewhere, it's probably in the 14-day mind body soul reset course, where we really get into rituals, morning rituals, evening rituals, and such. And then next I have, you want to have a wellness routine. Okay, you want to have a wellness routine. So this needs to involve some type of clean eating, because if you're a high performance woman, you're a gold digger, check out that gold digger video. You need to be fueling your body with high vibrational foods. Again, that's the 14-day mind body soul reset course. Get your vibration, your physical facility on point, because it's going to affect you vibrationally. Your wellness routine. So you want to have that on point. Schedule your masculine energy time to figure out before the start of every week what you're going to be eating. And make sure that what you're eating is going to fuel your goddess body and all of the faculties that you need for whatever type of lifestyle it is you're living. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then lastly, I have, in your free time, make sure that you have free time. Truly enjoy your free time and really allow yourself to settle deeply into relaxation and wonder. It's very important to have extended periods of time where you don't have to worry about time, and you don't have to worry about the clock, and you don't have to worry about tasks. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is to have one day a week where you have clear boundaries on things that you are not willing to do. If you're not going to put on a bra for that one day a week, I want you to be firm about that boundary, girl. All right. And make sure that you are resting. Even, sometimes I just need to veg out. Sometimes I just need to have like a glass of wine and just really just and not care about trying to achieve things or show up for people or situations or goals that I'm trying to set for myself. Is so important. So make sure that you're truly filling up your cup, because you can only pour from a cup that is overflowing. We want that cup to be overflowing. We want it to be full. And I have a juicy story that I'm going to share with you real quick, and then I got to get out of here. But I went out to dinner with two of my friends recently, and we went to this restaurant, and there was a glass cup. It was actually looked kind of like this glass cup. It was a pretty big cup. And the waitress comes over and she starts pouring the water into my cup, and I'm just sitting here watching. And the next thing you know, the water just starts to overflow from the cup onto the table. And my friends are sitting looking like, she just spilled your water on the table. And then my face just lights up. I feel so juicy. This is a great sign, girls. Like I got so excited. Like it just tickled me. I was like, the universe is totally flirting with totally flirting with me. She literally overfilled my cup. And I'm always talking about how when you are sharing your energy, you want to make sure that you are sharing your energy from an overflowing cup. Because if you're sharing your energy from a half full cup, by the time you start pouring out, that bad boy is going to be empty. So I want you to really take the time and journal out, what do I need to do to truly fill up my energetic goddess vibrational cup every day, like on a juicy, deep, high vibe quality level. So just vegging out in front of the TV is not truly filling up your cup. Journaling is filling up your cup. Listening to maybe like sound bath meditation, or just taking some time to breathe, taking a walk outside, that's truly going to fill up your energetic cup. And how can you do that every day? In some kind of capacity, and then how can you schedule that into your weekly and monthly routines. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Put your masculine energy to work for you so that we can thrive out here in these goddess streets. Love you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. One love. Mwah.